didn't get sick yet, but I'm thinking. So this thing isn't working, guys.
What?
It's just not working yet.
And get-
Whatever it is, I'll tell you no signal.
1935.
No signal, is it on?
Is this thing on?
Why would it be on?
Well, this thing is not on.
Well, how do you turn this on?
Looks like there's a power button here.
Okay. Well, there you go. See, but now I'm gonna get sick. I got within. All right. See, you're right.
There she goes.
Well, we could probably, okay, so I guess hearing no discussion or any objections, all in favor,
Aye.
Yeah.
Aye.
motion pass.
I wonder about the minutes.
She sent the minutes out.
Did she send the minutes out?
Everyone sent the minutes, right?
Yeah, I did. I sent them to you all.
Oh, did
They
you?
were riddled with errors, Gary.
Were they?
I'm just kidding.
That golly, I
Okay.
didn't see that.
Which Mike approved did the approval for the agenda? Which Mike was it?
Well, I made a
Turn it.
motion.
Pick one.
Pete?
Yeah.
Second? G.
Yep.
And then there was no discussion, and the vote was aye. And then I turned to the left, and then I turned to the right.
And a cough.
I'm gonna print those out for you. I was waiting to hear if you guys had aired for the, if you wanted to change anything on the minutes
Don't do that.
from last week. Let me
Okay.
print them for you.
I'm just kidding, I was joking.
Oh, no, I didn't print them because in case there was for real.
I know you sent them, though.
Yeah. I skipped over this morning, I thought I seen it.
Yeah. I don't see this person in
Oh,
here.
there they are.
So,
Oh, yeah.
but if you have to pull one after you find it in this book, it's this number right here. So say this is the person you want, so say 3629, so 362. Oh, so then you go back here, and you have to pull original copy.
It's not good.
Yeah.
This is hot.
You know, if you're not feeling well, with recording, if you need to go home, you should go home, and we can work off of the recording for minutes.
That's really kind. I'll ask Cheryl.
Because I think you don't sound really good.
Yeah, if you.
This
I
is the
would
day
agree.
3 though, I've done.
Well, but there'll be minutes, but it'll mean you're gonna have to kinda look at them, but
Did you get your recorder?
Well, I could take that recording, upload the whole thing in the AI,
do that.
tell it.
Matter of fact, we were
Yeah.
looking at that, we've got that applaud thing or whatever it is, where it's supposed to, I just don't have it working. It's supposed to do a transcript, and then it's supposed to do a summary.
Yep.
So if you got something you could do that with, I think that
I
might.
could plug that video just into Chat GPT
Sure.
and say, write me minutes. of
And
what we
honestly,
talked
you know, and that way you wouldn't be,
Affecting us.
you know, making us sick.
Did you come here for a second? I'll show you, there's a couple of things you probably should change.
about. Okay.
Here, Pam, when Pam came in, we also had Ross Butcher. He was also here. He's on the
He's
board.
Oh,
So
yeah,
we need to include
okay.
him, and then, of course, this date needs to be changed, and
Oh.
these need to be moved too.
Oh, they do, don't they?
Yeah.
Well,
Okay. I didn't notice that. Obviously, I used an old
Otherwise,
template.
it looked,
What did you say
okay.
the other guy's name was?
Ross Butcher. He's a commissioner from Fergus County, and he's on the board of directors for the Mako Health
Yeah.
Insurance.
Board of Directors. With Mako.
Health.
would think Pam was gonna try and show up today, but I don't know.
Did you guys talk to her yesterday morning?
We did.
Yeah, we did.
We pretty well told her that we're gonna stick with them.
Okay, good.
We went to the bar when we went to bed,
You went to where?
the bar. We
Was
went
she-
to the bar with Pam.
At 8 in the morning?
No, this was.
Oh, this was last night, okay, the night before.
And
She actually came and sat with us, is what she did.
Yeah.
I didn't no sooner sat down here, she showed up.
Yeah,
Did we get Barter's, Gary Barter?
yeah, I was just reading it, he upped it to, well, 48,000 for the 2 lots.
So we just gotta talk them
And
into,
another 23,000 for the barber's lot, whether we're gonna purchase that, I have no idea.
but we needed to be at 50,
I couldn't
didn't
remember
we?
what they were asking for those 2 lots, was it 50,000, was it,
Yeah,
well, 48,000, pretty damn close.
hopefully they'll work with us, but we can't go over that.
I know, I just told Michael, offer him 48,000, they'll tell us. If
That was
that's what
in
we
my-
wanna do.
If I was them, I would take it.
Sure. Why wouldn't
I'm not sure I would. Wait till the thing gets developed and say I want $100,000,
they? Yeah,
you know? Which is what we're trying to avoid.
I know.
But, you know, well, good, so you guys had a good, so you didn't have breakfast with her on?
No.
No.
Did you guys just leave? Because
Yeah.
I just got up and left. I
That's
just,
just what we did, we just got up and left.
Well, I had to go to Billings to an accountant, and
Oh,
so I went the long way. I didn't get home until 4:30.
oh, wow.
Sit.
Billings.
Yeah. I went back around by 12:30. I went to the watershed meeting.
Yeah, I got in around 12:30. It's a while that we didn't see each other on the road, right?
It's a wonder.
I passed you at Townsend. You turned this way and I went that way.
Oh, really? You went the other way, huh?
Was that
You
right?
saw me?
Did
Yeah,
you
I
see?
filled up there at the town pump at
Townsend?
Townsend.
Interesting. Yeah,
I stopped at the town seed company there and checked on the price of sorghum.
Oh, yeah?
$1.23 a pound there for their generic.
How does that,
Well, it was $1.10 in Billings last year,
okay.
so it isn't worth that 170-mile drive probably. But, and then their premium brands are all over $2 a pound.
Mm.
So I said, probably isn't worth the drive. But I haven't checked with Billings yet.
Mm-hmm. We don't know.
I will. I just thought, well, it won't hurt to stop
Charlie,
there.
what checks?
I've gone to towns before and bought seed. It's been a while, you know.
They've got a good seed company
Oh,
there.
they do. Just a little drive, that's all. I took a truck up on there one time with wheat seed, you know. I used to do them things, not anymore.
Okay, I've got my text code, and I thought this, maybe not worker. I've been, 2272. That is correct. And my expense code 440100, and then I-40, which Darcy said is what they use.
Matter of fact, you get a huge raise.
Wow.
Investigation on that.
I'd like to do that, but the others wouldn't be happy
Well, we should do that.
with that. I'm just kidding. Good work. Oh. So what do you got? You wanted to talk to us about something.
Yeah.
Sure thing. So in 2007, the county commissioners passed a resolution deciding not to tax certain roads in a subdivision, which they're permitted to do. There's a state statute that says, you know, you can cancel permanently the taxes on these roads in this subdivision, or in subdivisions.
Nice with the change.
So the resolution was lawfully considered, lawfully passed. Apparently, the resolution was filed with the county, but then never provided to the state. Probably to the tax assessor's office. So since 2007, what's happened is every couple, 4 or 5 years, it comes up to you guys and you guys forgive all the back taxes regarding these roads. And so it's an ongoing issue. Well, somebody up there got the great idea, well, I'm gonna pay the back taxes on these roads and take a lien on these roads. And some of the folks up there are like, oh, you know, that's great, because they're gonna try and like, you know, basically try and force the county to take over these roads and take care of the maintenance for the roads. At least I think that's the theory. What I don't think the homeowners are really appreciating is somebody's gonna buy this road and then say, well, I'm gonna put in like a toll. You know, you want to use the roads. It's going to cost you, you know, $5 every time you go back and out to your house. But it's creating a conundrum, and so what I'm in the process of doing, and I'm working on the final draft now, and I'd like to get it in front of you for a resolution next week, is a resolution basically reaffirming the 2007 resolution. All right, yeah, no. We don't want these roads to be taxed. We're sure we don't want these roads to be taxed. We were sure in 2007, and we're still sure today.
Yeah. We gave it a good run.
Don't put a tax on them. We're forgiving the back taxes. Now,
So there is no delinquent taxes that somebody can take a lien out on.
well, so that'll be the case in the future.
Yeah.
That is creating an issue for you guys now, though. And the issue now is this individual has been paying the back taxes on these roads. And I think that I'm not sure how much back taxes, you'd be forgiving $13,000 in back taxes on these roads. Now, I don't know how many years
He's had it, huh?
he's been paying the back taxes on these roads, but there is no clear statutory guidance on how we address the money that he's paid toward these back taxes. My suggestion to you all is that we refund him the money that he's paid on the back taxes regarding these roads.
Were these roads, were they county roads at one
No,
time?
Subdivision.
they were subdivision roads.
Okay.
And in 2007, the legislature passed a law that said, you know, look, when you've got subdivisions, you know, you can not tax, or you can say, we don't wanna tax the roads going in and out of the subdivision.
Okay.
You know, so that people can access their property. And in 2007, the county commission said, yeah, that's what we wanna do. But then the paperwork was never appropriately filed, so really this is,
Cleaning up.
it's cleaning it up. The only real sticking point is to apparently make an issue. This person has been going and paying these back property taxes. And, oh my gosh, bringing you in brown bags? All right.
What did you order?
You guys didn't get big 40s in there, did you?
No.
Ooh, look at that fancy looking
Nice
thing.
Yeti.
And it's full.
Ooh.
And we'll just say thank you.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
Did you get to it?
Do you guys see where the problem has arisen here?
Oh, yeah.
Well, then it's whether or not they'll be satisfied with a refund.
Well, I don't know that they really have a choice because they haven't established a property interest in it yet. Because they don't establish a property interest in it because they haven't taken a tax deed to the property yet. And by doing this now, we're stepping in, because I think he might be 4 years into it. We're stepping in before he has an opportunity to take a tax deed.
And it sounds like a no harm, no foul. We received tax money we didn't expect on receiving because we forgave it.
Right.
So we would not be losing any money by refunding him his money, because we really weren't expecting it.
Yeah,
Right.
And so it's kind of a no harm, no foul, but it's gonna protect us from him taking, I
This
guess,
becoming a
ownership
problem
rights.
again in the future.
Him or
Yeah.
someone
And then
else.
starting everybody at, him or somebody else, and then charging a toll to go in and out of these roads. Now, the only real sticking point that I'm potentially foreseeing is, you know, when you take out one of these tax liens, you're entitled to, you know, the costs and
Yeah.
a certain amount of interest and everything else. I have not calculated that up yet. I don't know if he's entitled to that, because technically from our 2000 resolution,
yeah.
you know, a diligent title search should have turned that kind of thing up.
Right,
And so he may not be entitled to that, but it also might be such a minimal amount that it's not worth fighting over, and you say, yeah, fine, here's whatever the interest
yeah,
on, you know, the money you paid, and we should have dealt with this, and thanks for playing, but no, we're not gonna let you take these roads, cause all these people live up there, and
Yeah.
they still need to be able to access their house, and we tried to deal with this in 2007.
yeah. Anybody's gonna charge a toll, it'll be us.
Mhm.
exactly. Just to go back to clean up business, so do I have a motion to approve the minutes as amended?
Yes, you do.
I make so, I will second that.
Okay, any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion approved. Here you go.
Okay.
There's
So
some-
I will get that resolution and the relevant paperwork to you guys, and I'd ask that you get it on the commission calendar as soon as possible to adopt that resolution, so that we can make sure we hand a copy to the tax assessor's office. There's a requirement that it be kept on, the books, of course, with the clerk and recorder, but it also needs to be kept on the books with the treasurer, since it's dealing with taxes.
What caught this? Was it this state thing that
Yes.
caught it? You looked at that
No,
one?
well, no, so the person who's buying the tax lien on the roads, like, I think he was at 4 years, and Darcy came and asked me, you know, like, what's going on, you know, can this guy be buying a tax lien to these roads? And then she found the old resolution, and it's like, well, he shouldn't be able to do this at all.
Yeah.
And so then we sat down and talked about it and looked at it to try and figure out how we could resolve the situation.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm sure there are more things like this out there floating around, that we just haven't heard of. And here she is.
I can hear you talking about it, Emily.
it's Darcy's fault, is what I can tell.
Well, so this was, I mean, 2007, guys, come on, I mean, holy cow. What were you guys doing in 2007? Were you here yet, Darcy, in 2007?
You. I
Okay.
didn't come till
I wasn't here in 2007, none of you guys were here in 2000.
I was,
Cheryl, it's all your fault. You're the only one that was here.
Your
Cheryl,
fault,
you were
Cheryl.
here and you let this perpetuate?
I was just a little peon then.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
yeah, too, I was here about 9
Uh-huh.
years.
she used to sweep up the courthouse. in
Yeah.
the day.
Junior
Did you
probationary
see the
help.
email from Mako?
Yes, I did.
7.
Yeah, they're just recommending, you know, pay the money back.
Yeah,
And so, I mean, the goal is to, I guess, resolve the problem before it becomes potentially a bigger problem. I mean, I guess we could ignore it and then
No,
let the guy who buys the
I
roads
think you
start.
saw something, we can clean it up, let's we'll clean it up.
Yeah, so that, I mean, I think he's got an agenda for these roads, this guy, that, so he's not gonna be happy if we say, oh, you can't take it, but, you know, if you look back, I think that we shouldn't let him, we'll, you know, just give him the money
We
back
don't
and say
have the power to
sorry.
give it to him. That's the whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's,
go back
he's
to the
actually
resolution.
benefiting from a clerical error. is what
Mhm.
trying
he's-
to.
So, or potentially benefiting, and we're just, you know, saying, no, we have a resolution that clearly stated what our intent was.
And, yeah, I mean, in the law, we call that a Scribner's error.
Scribner's, okay.
Scribner's error, and which is basically, yeah, everything was done right except for like one little thing that nobody thought would matter, and apparently now it matters.
Got it.
So we're gonna go with the intent, and as long as everybody gets made whole at the end of this thing,
Yeah,
right, then there's no unjust enrichment on the part of the county or him, or, you know.
Exactly.
By the way, where did this happen? Where's it located?
Gary Loon can tell us, cause her house is one of the where's it at?
It is at mile marker 37, well, between 37 and 36 on US Highway 87 South, Hampton Road and Hampton and McCord. Hampton goes, I guess, continues to the west, and McCord kind of takes a jog to the south.
Mm-hmm.
So it's those two roads.
Well, and then there are some of the littler roads too that
Yeah.
are named in that as well, but.
Yeah, and then as you go up McCord, then
There's
there's,
like little ones that shoot off of that, and that's all part of it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't wanna be a part of that deal.
No, well, and I mean, we said we didn't wanna be a part of that deal in 2007.
Yeah.
Scribner,
Scribner.
poor guy got his name. Was he the guy that made the mistake? That's a Scribner error. It's better
I
than
don't know,
Pancratz.
it might be
That's a
old
Pancratz.
English for the guy, you know, Scribner, like for the title for the guy before we had word processors who would,
Yeah.
I mean, because the way they used to do it, if I'd file a motion, you know, I'd be the attorney and then I'd have my 5 assistants and I'd have my one brief that and I'd read it off to them and they'd literally write down the copies for a copy to the court and a copy to opposing counsel,
Mhm.
and so they were Scribners.
Okay.
So, but back to that, you know, I can refund him his money that he paid in, but then he's also, you know, of course, American Title was doing the litigation guarantee, and that's how this all kind of started popping up. She had some liens that weren't released, so when I started digging, that's when I found that resolution. So he's gonna get charged for that, which I feel we have to cover too, is the cost that, so, but she told me it would be under $200, so.
I think those sort of incidentals, like you mentioned, unless they're significant, in my opinion, it's worth us covering so that this doesn't grow into a bigger issue.
Well, so I think it is too, and when you start looking at, I understand where insurance companies, as much as I kind of detest the stance insurance companies take, you know, when they're looking at a case and they're going, okay, we're dealing with a $25,000 case, and we may be right, but it's gonna cost us $75,000 to fight this thing.
Litigate,
Just give them the
yeah.
$25,000 and we're up $50,000. To have me fight over $200,
Yeah.
that, you know, about
It's a matter
2 to
of
3
pride.
hours of my
It's a matter
time.
of pride.
As a matter of principle, I think these guys might,
That was the first week of law school, that was my contracts professor, Professor Burnham, he said, beware of the client that comes in and says, I wanna fight this on the principle
No matter
of
what
the
it
thing. Because if they're coming in saying, I wanna fight this on the principle of the thing, make sure you get a really big retainer.
Wise words.
Wise words from Professor Scott Burnham.
yeah, to me, it's kind of your classic cost benefit, you know.
Yeah.
So we'll pay a little extra, but we'll say, you'll avoid costs. You can never
We'll see.
prove that's what you'd spend, but it's a reasonable,
Yes.
Assumption, yes, it is.
so that's good. I'm
So
glad you
then
guys
how
caught that.
do I write up some kind of letter or what?
Once
What do I do for
we,
you?
so next week, we'll pass the resolution, presumably. And once the resolution is passed, send them a letter, with a check, and the resolution's gonna detail the amount of money being refunded to them. And send them a copy of the resolution.
Oh, so you're gonna add that to that resolution, the amount that's gonna be refunded to you?
Yeah, I need to know, that's what I needed to know, I need to know
Okay.
how much is he getting back. I also need to know how much are we canceling for those properties.
Yeah,
And
so
let's
I
have
got-
all that in the resolution and boom, we send him the money back. And there's no unjust enrichment on the county because we're giving the money back. And he doesn't have a property interest yet, so he's getting everything out of it that he could legally expect to get at the time, so he's got no
Exactly,
complaint,
yeah.
So then
other than the principle of the thing.
do I wait till he pays, like, do I get a hold of Flying S and tell him, get that bill sent to him, make him pay it, then we pay him that amount also? Or do we just pay the bill that's coming from Cause she's holding off till we get an answer, but she says, I can't hold off forever to finish her
Well,
litigation.
we'll have an answer Friday, and I mean, if I were her, I mean, at this point in time, the litigation guarantee, I think she can clearly write her litigation guarantee, there's guaranteed to be litigation because here's what's happening. I mean, and that might not tell him what he wants to know, but that's why you get a title evaluation,
That's right.
right? I mean, you get that title evaluation, you don't always get told what you wanna hear.
Well, the other thing, yeah, I guess the other thing too, though, is I think we're being sort of generous, because you could say, look, we had a resolution 2007 that makes all this money void,
Yeah,
you know.
and so you get your money back and that's the
Yeah,
end.
that's it. So, but we understand, and we're just trying to make it right.
We're trying to be fair.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna do public comment real quick.
Yeah.
All right. Is there any public comment on any matter within the jurisdiction of the commission that is not on the agenda? Going twice. Is there any public comment on any matter within the jurisdiction of the commission that is not on the agenda? And going 3 times, is there any public comment on any public matter within the jurisdiction of the commission that is not on the agenda? Hearing none, public comment is closed.
Short and sweet.
We're getting good.
Thank you for taking the time to hear me on that, gentlemen, and I'll get that to you.
Thank you
soon
for
as I can.
catching it. I mean, you know, these are
Well,
things
I
that can
didn't
get
catch it,
ugly.
Darcy caught it, but
Yeah,
I,
Darcy
you
is
know,
excellent.
she caught it, and then we had to come up with a plan to deal with it, and I think this is the best
Now,
plan.
Darcy sent us an urgent email about 3 weeks ago
Yeah.
about needing to auction off some property on tax deed. Let me see if she's there for a second.
Did we do it? I can't remember.
Well, I went and talked to her about that and she was gonna,
Detail it out.
yeah, so we know. And we just haven't got it together.
Well,
Apparently this was the email.
Oh, this was the one?
Yep.
Okay.
That shows you how well I read it. I was going, oh crap, we got stuff to do.
so it was an email from 2007?
Yeah, it was this issue, but it was
Okay.
kinda long, but she was kinda laying it out, and I just thought she had a bunch of properties that needed to be, so. Good, we solved that too.
Yeah. We went
Well,
right
not we, I think, you know, Darcy figured that
You guys did?
And there's
We
no
did.
business.
We got her.
out. What else we got?
We're running short of stuff to talk about.
Well, we did do the Mako thing. so
And the sheriff's sick, he may not come in.
Lord, something
Sure he's
else.
not skiing somewhere?
Huh? Yeah, he's sick of a big sky. No,
He's been sick a lot, and I don't mean that as a net, I've seen that he is actually sick.
Well, that's because his kid is, how old's his kid? Is he 11 or 12?
12 and
Yeah, and he's getting to that age where he's just preteen, and even a good kid that age doesn't, they're not particularly clean, and they're bringing all kinds of cooties home from school, and it's just hopeless. And his wife's a teacher, and so,
Yeah,
So, yeah, they get exposed a lot, but you know, this courthouse gets exposed to a lot too.
yeah, nothing compared to being a teacher though. in
oh
school.
no.
Well, yeah, all these kids. Well, what else?
Working doctor's office.
Well, just as far as we